We are playing the D&D Championships 2020 as hosted by Defy Danger, and with us is Team Don't Make This Weird. We've just started the timer. Timer is set for 4 hours, and they have 4 hours to complete the adventure, exploring new rooms and gaining treasures as they go in a competition to see who can D&D the best and the bravest. The adventuring party of 5 has just completed the end of a harrowing quest and find themselves facing off against the Black Cabinet. So let me move you the players tab here. So you should be able to see the new room. Great, cool. You're in this room after a long adventure of fighting. And you know that outside this world, the stars and galaxies of the cosmos have been being crunched down and swallowed up by unknown forces as you quest to try to track down the source of this cosmological danger. Obsidian pillars in this room. There are 4 obsidian pillars in this room. They're damaged by claw and bite marks. You can see these letters scratched into the northeast pillar, mimicking the sounds of scratching claws. There's a huge black iron cabinet in the far end of the room. As your feet fall onto the slate floor, it echoes off the walls with the sound of gnashing teeth. The face of the cabinet has an array of letters, as you can see there. All right, what do you guys do?
It's the puzzle isn't COVID.
All right,
I only see COV.
who's got the highest nature? Let's make a check on the scratch marks.
Okay, that's me.
Does our huge passive perception pick up anything, Defy?
For the record, I've got a 24 passive perception and a 25 passive investigation.
Holy moly. Okay, cool. So the nature check with your passive investigation, you peer over towards the northeast pillar, and you see that the pillar itself it becomes momentarily chaotic, blurry, and grainy, flipping between color schemes, and it's actually an illusion. And its inside is a swirling vortex of red gases and motes of lightning that form out and spell the words "eats all" over and over, repeated. And your nature check reveals that these gashes and claw marks are from a hideous beast known to prowl the astral sea, a horrid frog-like creature called a Slaad.
Do I know which type? Any sense of what type of Slaad?
Right.
Oh, not with a nature of 15.
Okay.
All right, so let's move up to the Black Cabinet together.
Okay.
I'll look for traps if I need to roll, otherwise the passive of 24. And then let's figure out if we can interact with the letters with eats all.
Do you interact with the letters?
After we look for traps, yes.
Okay, cool. Make a perception check.
If someone
we
else is
assist?
trained, can someone help me? Give me advantage.
I'm right behind you. I'll help if I can.
And I'm trained.
So a 14 or an 18, if the help was helpful.
So you do not find any traps.
And the eats all could go both ways. The all part could go left to right or right to left.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
I'm thinking probably
Look and see
from
if
the,
the leftmost A is ever pushed versus the rightmost A.
Yeah. Right. So we'll look and see if it looks like this A here looks like it's been pushed, at all, or if this is the one that's got all the pushing on it. That makes sense.
Right. So all of these letters are made out of ivory, and they stand proud from the face of the cast iron cabinet, about a 1/4 inch, and all of them have the same level of just very light dust.
All right, so I will, with the paladin behind me, hit the top E and see what happens.
Okay, you grab a hold of it and you pull it out until it's about an inch tall out of the cabinet itself, and it kind of just raises up and and clicks in place.
So I'll go ahead. Assuming nothing happens, I'll do the ATS going down.
Okay, and then that all clicks up.
I almost think we do the backwards all.
I think so.
Because it connects to the eats. It's loose, but
so I will do this A next. The E just to the right of the T. I'm sorry, the A just to the right of the T.
To the left of the T.
Right.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I stop him?
No, you can't stop him. But
All right.
okay, so you take that A and you pull it up, and it clicks in place.
Then I'll go ahead and do the L's and see what happens.
And they do as well. And when you pull up all of the eats, all of the letters lock in place, and that red glow, that like lightning that you saw in the illusionary pillar, momentarily flashes across the 4 letters eats. That does not happen with the ALL.
Right, so we'll go back and do all the other way.
Okay, now all the other way flashes red briefly. Going from...
But eats does not?
Yeah, so go... Let me get a marker here.
So there's also the word chaos there alongside eats.
Yeah. So the eats is flashed red and all is flashed red, but nothing else?
That's right.
Oh, what about chaos eats all?
Yeah, let's try the chaos then. I mean, there's also roast there, but I don't think that's going to do.
Chaos eats
So let's
all
do,
roast. Yes.
Right, yeah, eats all roast.
So
let's try chaos.
Okay, and you pull up the letters spelling chaos one by one. They click into place, and when all 5 do, they briefly flash red, and then red light spills out from the corners where all of the sides of this cabinet meet, and they comes flashing out, bathing you completely in light. The light itself fills up the entire room, and you are transported to another realm.
Nice job with the chaos, John.
yeah, good job, John.
Whoa.
Woe is right. You find yourself at the top of a small hill. Looking down over to your right is a forested valley, which descends down into a medieval-style village. Right in front of you is a thatched roof tavern. You see that the tavern is flush with refugees, villagers from all of the surrounding areas coming in and out of the tavern with bandages and holding each other close in fear and terror. You can hear joyous shouts echoing out from other patrons in the tavern as you go in. And I'm going to pull you in. Yep, there you go, because I think the wall is set up on this map.
Bridger, a prayer, and want to make some friends?
Yep.
I'll help.
The sky above is covered in you can see celestial bodies being pulled closer and closer as the entirety of the universe is contracting onto your central point.
So normal. Okay.
So guidance, Bridger, then make some friends.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll help.
All right. I'm going to walk up to this gent here,
Can you see his name?
introduce myself.
Yeah, we see Fate.
Fate.
Good,
Fate.
good. Great. You go up to a hulking orc in blood-stained hunting gear. Each of these these patrons that I have listed and you can see in the tavern, with the exception of Khan the barkeep, each of them has a mask showing that of either tragedy or comedy, like from the classic theatrical kind of mask. So you go up to Fate, this hulking orc, and he is wearing a tragic mask. He sits in the middle of this bar, close enough to the barkeep, or close to the barkeep, and keeps waving over for more drinks. The barkeep will try to strike up a conversation with him, and then he pushes his hand up to stop the barkeep from any kind of conversation, staring intently into getting drunk at the bar.
He didn't seem like our man. Let's do Julia.
You go over to Julia. She is a petite human woman dressed in a red ball gown and has another tragedy mask matching that of Fate. She sits at the end of the bar, leaning over in this corner, and as you walk towards her, her eyes are locked on Fate, and she like barely pays attention to you as you come over. You see her breathe and let out a small sigh as Fate gets another drink. In her hand is a small book.
Can we tell what the book is?
How do you tell what the book is? Just looking on it, it doesn't have any kind of identifying remarks. You see that it has a red bookmark and that it's tied shut, and it has flowery embroidery around the spine.
Yes, I'm Loralee. Pleasure to meet you. Can you tell us what's going on here?
Yes. Hello. Well, we're all trying to make the best of things. This is the end of the universe. Everything's going and just melting down completely, and we're trying to find out the best ways that we could ever spend our lives, what little remains of it. Yes, this is known as the year 2020.
What your journal there looks very fascinating.
Oh,
is it something you share with people?
Yes. So she puts it on the table and opens it up and kind of flips absent-mindedly through the pages for a second. She says, this is the story of Ilza and Rick. It's one of my favorites. It's a romance, and I feel like a little girl and maybe a little silly having these things, but I just love the notion of these romances and these tragedies.
So Loralee's going to glance over at Fate and then kind of eye Julia in a knowing way and say, it's funny how people can make us feel that way as well.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
I think she loves Fate.
What's the
and she's
story
into
with
romance.
Big Strong over here, the silent drinker?
Yeah, he, I feel like we are intertwined, and I've always, it's again, this is my last hour, so, I why not tell you my life story here? I feel like he and I are intertwined, but he doesn't really care about me and only seems to really sulk and brood over there, and he won't pay attention to me.
Maybe he's sulking and brooding because you haven't paid attention to him. If it's your last hour, maybe you should make the best use of it.
Yeah, well,
get what you want, girl.
Go get you some.
I just want our last time to be, gut-wrenching, cathartic tale of lover's tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Real Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Daggers and poison.
Romeo and Juliet.
Gotcha.
Classic.
Julia. God damn it. Of course. All right. Well, thanks. Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you. Good luck in the next hour.
Cool.
Come down here to Kataresh and introduce myself.
And ask each one, too, if they can help us in any way when you talk to them.
Oh, right. Julia. Oh, by the way, Julia, can you help us? Can you tell us? Yeah. Can you help us anyway?
Yeah, I can. But if you can, I can help you. I will gladly help you. If you can help me create my final epic and ode and last moments on this world with a final tragedy, a romantic tragedy.
Any ideas?
We need to convince Fate to make his move so they can die in love,
but not consummated.
Together, and not consummated.
All right, cool. So
good.
you go to Kotorish, and you see what looks to be a magician dressed in a kaleidoscope of colors, emphasizing which with symbols that emphasize the different schools of magic. He leans over, looking into a mithril telescope that's set up on a tripod. The telescope pointing out into the scenes of stellar bedlam above. When you walk over, he pulls up from his telescope and he smiles. You can see behind his mask, he smiles broadly when you approach. The mask magically changes from tragedy to comedy and back and forth at random intervals. He welcomes you and says, "Hello, I am Kotoresh the All-Powerful."
Ask him what he sees what he's looking for.
Yeah. What do you see in the sky? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I am looking at the destruction of everything. There is something out there sucking in and consuming entire planetary systems.
Do you have any idea what it is?
I don't, and I am trying desperately to figure that. Well, no, back up. I do know what that is, but what I am trying to do is figure out desperately how I can get magical items, the few that remain left in this universe, drain them of their power, and use that power to transport myself away from this doomed realm.
Have you collected any of these said magic items?
I haven't. You look like adventurers. Maybe you could help me out here. I really need... Well, what I want is the Mantle of the VoidMaw and the Lattice of Power. The Mantle of the VoidMaw is held by the Mist Witch, and I know... And I have a pretty good idea where that is. And then I know the Lattice of Power is a source of energy... of chaos energy deriving from the Cave of Nightmares.
Do you know how to get to the Void Witch or the Cave of Nightmare?
The Mist Witch? Yes, I could totally get to the
Witch, huh?
I could totally get to the Mist Witch. In fact, maybe we can work out a deal. If you agree to bring me back magical items so that I can use their energies, I will gladly send you to the realm of the Mist Witch.
Maybe we can work out a deal. What can you tell me about the masks that everyone wears in here? And can you tell me, do I or my companions wear a similar mask?
He looks at you strangely, like, you sure don't look like you're wearing masks. But yeah, these masks, these are interesting. That's very, very strange that you bring that up. And in fact, I had not thought of that until you reminded, or at least pointed out, that I myself am wearing a mask. I don't remember putting on a mask. This mask is making me forget why or how I put this on.
I hear they're terribly comfortable, and soon everyone will wear one.
I hear it's going to be a huge fashion thing. So it's been very strange, of course, because I do know everything about every creature that ever lived. Yet these are giving me, yeah, I know, pretty good. I'm kind of a big deal. But these masks are confounding.
Can you
So,
take
go
it
ahead.
off?
And he like moves his hand over to the like clasps to take it off, and like he like physically like won't, like he's you can see his hand shaking and he's trying to do it. He says, "No, I there's something clouding," and he can't take it off.
Would you like me to try and take it off for you?
Do you do that?
I ask him, would you want me to
If
try?
he consents.
Do you want me to try? I won't do it without your permission, but I will if you let me.
Sure, give it a try.
Okay, I'll reach up and try and take it off.
You try, and then the clasp is like shut iron, like it's made out of leather, but but you keep trying to pull on it, and nothing budges.
Sorry, it won't come off.
Yeah.
Wait. I can try a spell.
What spell do you cast?
Yeah, what the hell? I'm going to try a knock on it. Excuse me, everyone. Bong.
Cool. You cast the knock spell. It blasts the mask off, and then it falls down to the ground. And Kodaresh tries immediately, like instinctively, stumbles around and grabs a hold of it.
I go running to grab it.
Trying desperately to put it back on his face. And whether he does or not is a little bit immaterial. What is interesting, though, is when it falls off, a playing card comes out from behind it. Like that was like stuck on the forehead.
Oh, somebody grab that.
Yeah, we'll grab the
that
playing
just
card.
that just showed our mission right there. We've got to find a way to get them to get their face mask off, each one of them, and get the card underneath.
Okay.
Well, and it might apply to that card-looking table up top with Maya, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right.
What's the card that Kodaresh had on?
All right. So if you give me a second, I am going to slap a image into the thing. Into the
That
whatever.
tells me, guys, that we may want to talk to Maya next to see what the game is. Then we can determine what cards we want.
Good plan.
right.
Because that is my expertise, cards. Well, Tom's too.
The Mantle of the Void now, it's worth getting.
If this comes in real big, I'm sorry.
Mantle of the Void now, it's worth getting. So is the Lattice of Power. Both are worth
Right.
getting.
That's it.
Even if we feel like we've already solved the magician. what's
It's
it?
tarot
Tarot
cards.
Tarot cards, nice. Okay.
Yeah, right,
And of
right.
course,
So we
he's
have
the magician. Of course.
And then fate's going to be fate. Okay. Fuck. Well, do you guys want to have him transport us and try to do that now, or talk to people first?
I'd say do it now. Well, actually,
yeah.
I'd say talk to Maya first and then go do it.
Yeah, let's talk to. We'll go into this back room and talk to Maya, assuming we know she's
Cool.
there
You
and
go.
all.
You
Or
look
they're
over
there.
at the back room, at the door there, and you see people coming in and out. And most of the tavern is like it's actually packed elbow to elbow. I'm just not showing all the masses there because I'm just showing the important people. So most of the people in the tavern are just like beat up and destitute and trying to just like survive. But the people who go into the back room are like are dressed to the nines and have glittering jewels across all of their rings and necklaces. And it's interesting too. You see this woman go into the back and she has this like sapphire necklace and diamond earrings, and when she goes in she has black hair with this one streak of gray going through, and a couple moments later she comes out and her hair is now entirely a sheen of black.
So
Is all of her jewelry still there?
Yeah, all her jewelry's still there.
So they're trading something to Maya for life,
Yeah, so
youth, something.
well, let's head in there and see if we can talk to Maya. Do we have to stand in line, or can we just go back and talk?
You go over to the door, and Khan, the bartender, leans over and yells out. He says, "Oh no, that's the special area there." And you try to open the door, and it is magically sealed.
There it is.
Okay, let's do the mantle and the lattice.
Yeah, let's go back over to Kodaresh and say, let's go get that mantle for you. Maybe you can get all of us out of here.
With a confused look on his face, he, fumbling about for his mask that you wrecked, he says, "Yes, it is the magical power of the artifacts, the last remaining artifacts of the world. That is what you need to bring me. Fabulous. So you will go to the Mist Witch and take back her mantle."